Lately, your person has been overwhelmed with a sense of nostalgia. Memories, moments, and emotions they thought they had long buried are resurfacing with surprising intensity. They're beginning to realize that no matter how hard they try to suppress their feelings, they can't deny what's been stirring in their heart. For a long time, they've been fighting what they feel, confused, hesitant, perhaps even scared of how deeply they are affected. But now, there's a shift happening within them. They no longer want to resist these emotions. Instead, they want to surrender, to take action, and to follow where their heart has been trying to lead them for so long. Still, this journey isn't easy for them. One of their biggest challenges is communication. Expressing what they truly feel, especially when those feelings are raw and vulnerable, is something they've always struggled with. They fear being misunderstood, rejected, or seen as weak. Vulnerability doesn't come naturally to them, it's something they've learned to guard against. Yet, when it comes to you, everything is different. You make them want to open up, to be honest not just with you but with themselves. You have touched something deep within them, something sacred, something they didn't even know was there. They see you as more than just a person, they see you as a healer. To them, you are a source of light, someone who offers spiritual comfort and insight when they're lost in their darkness. Whether it's through your words, your energy, or simply your presence, you guide them inward, helping them face the pain they've tried so hard to avoid. Your wisdom and your gentle encouragement have led them toward inner work, meditation, and self-reflection. You are like a mirror, showing them the parts of themselves they've been afraid to confront. In you, they find clarity. In you, they find peace. What they feel for you is not something they take lightly. It's intense, powerful, and transformative. They've never experienced anything like it before. This connection feels destined, divinely orchestrated, like something written in the stars. And though they may not say it aloud, they feel that only you truly understand the complexity of what they're going through. While others see the surface, you see their soul. That level of understanding has created a bond that they can't let go of, even when distance or silence comes between you. From afar, they are still connected to you. They watch you more than you know, quietly, discreetly, but with genuine interest and admiration. They keep up with your life, your progress, your presence. Your successes don't just make them proud, they inspire them. Seeing you thrive motivates them to rise higher in their own life. It pushes them to be better, to do better, not just for themselves, but for you too. They want to become someone worthy of the connection they feel with you. One of their deepest comforts is having your picture saved on their phone. It may seem small, even trivial, but to them, it's a lifeline. Looking at your photo helps them feel close to you, especially on days when the distance feels unbearable. There's something healing in your face, your smile, your energy. It soothes their inner turmoil and reminds them of the bond you share. They've grown somewhat addicted to this quiet ritual, scrolling through your pictures, reminiscing, imagining conversations that haven't yet happened but feel real in their heart. These moments give them hope, strength, and a sense of emotional closeness they crave. No one has ever shown them the kind of love or connection they feel with you. In fact, they never thought something like this could exist in real life. The emotions you've awakened in them are unlike anything they've known. You've challenged their beliefs about love, about what's possible, about what they deserve. You've opened their heart in ways they didn't think possible, and now, they find themselves yearning, not just for your presence, but for a shared future. There's an immense amount of passion building up inside them, and it's growing stronger each day. They are certain now, you are their Two of Cups, their divine counterpart, their person. They feel spiritually and emotionally connected to you in a way that defies logic. This isn't a fleeting crush or infatuation, it's something far deeper, more profound. It's love that calls them to become more than who they were. It's love that transforms. They are actively working to become better, not just for you, but for themselves. They are learning to heal, to grow, to take responsibility for their life. They're putting things back in order, aligning their paths so that when the time comes, they can offer you something solid and lasting. They want to give you the kind of stability, security, and love that you deserve, not just emotionally, but in all aspects of life. Their goal is to build a foundation strong enough to sustain the depth of this connection. In their heart, they're already committed. They may not have said the words yet, but everything they do is moving toward one purpose: to become the person who can stand beside you and create something real, beautiful, and enduring. You have changed them, awakened them, and now, they are walking the path toward you, one step at a time. I smile when I remember how you wanted absolutely nothing to do with me when we first met. It's such a vivid memory, your guarded expression, your distant demeanor, and the way you seemed to put up a wall the moment I approached. I never thought that someone who kept me at arm's length so firmly would later hold such a significant place in my life. And yet, here I am, unable to think of a future that doesn't include you. It's strange how things change. Now, it just doesn't feel right without you. There's this constant sense that something is missing, like an essential part of me has been misplaced. It's a quiet emptiness that follows me through my days. There have been countless moments when I picked up the phone with every intention of calling you. My thumb hovered over your name, my heart racing with the possibility of hearing your voice again. But I never pressed that button. I let the silence stretch on, not because I didn't care, but because I was terrified of how you might respond. What if you were cold? What if you had moved on? The fear of rejection kept me frozen in place, and I let opportunity after opportunity slip away. But the truth is, I can't imagine you with anyone else. The thought of someone else holding your hand, making you laugh, knowing your little habits, it's unbearable. I still see you as mine, even if we're no longer together. The life I'm living now isn't at all what I imagined it would be. On the outside, everything might look fine, people see the smiles, the routines, the social posts, but that's not the full story. Don't believe what you see or hear, because the truth is, I'm not okay. I spend a lot of time alone, wrapped in my thoughts, and more often than not, those thoughts are about you. I replay our conversations, the good times, the fights, the moments of silence. I try to make sense of where it all went wrong, wondering what I could have done differently. I carry this heaviness, a kind of sadness I've never felt before. It's a deep ache, not just in my heart but in my entire being. Even when I'm surrounded by people, friends, coworkers, family, I feel alone. There's a distance between me and everyone else, like I'm going through the motions but not really present. People are starting to notice, asking if I'm okay, if something's wrong. I brush it off with a smile or a quick excuse, but inside, I'm crumbling. You're everywhere, in everything. I see reminders of you in the most unexpected places, a song on the radio, a movie we watched together, someone wearing your favorite color, even the way the wind sounds sometimes. I think of you at work, when I'm alone in my thoughts, and especially in crowded places where I still somehow feel isolated. It's a constant reminder of how much I miss you and how deeply I regret how we left things. I truly feel bad about how everything ended between us. I know I could have handled things differently. I was stubborn, impatient, and sometimes I let my own fears and flaws get in the way. I know it's taken me a long time to change, and I understand that it might seem like I've always ended up failing us. But please believe me when I say that every mistake I've made has taught me something. I've learned so much about myself, about love, about what really matters. I've grown, and I continue to grow every day. I've become a better person because of everything we went through, and especially because of you. You always believed in us, even when I doubted. You saw something in me that I struggled to see in myself. That faith, that unwavering belief, meant everything to me, even if I didn't know how to show it at the time. You've inspired me in ways I can't even fully explain. You pushed me to dream bigger, to be more vulnerable, to face parts of myself I would have otherwise ignored. You were my mirror and my muse. You made me want to be someone better, not just for you, but for myself. And even now, after everything, I find myself checking up on you every chance I get. I don't reach out, but I keep tabs in quiet ways. I look at your updates, your posts, just to know that you're okay. I don't know what the future holds, and I don't want to make promises I can't keep. But I do know this, I carry you with me every single day. In my thoughts, in my regrets, in my hope that maybe, one day, things could be different. Maybe we needed to go through all of this to become who we're meant to be. Maybe time will heal what was broken. But until then, please know you're not forgotten. You're not replaceable. You're still the one I think of when the world goes quiet. Your partner is now in a place where they truly want to make things right between the two of you. After much internal struggle and reflection, they've come to realize that the distance, the silence, and the miscommunication have taken a toll not only on the relationship but on their own emotional well-being. They no longer want to be led by ego or paralyzed by confusion. Where once pride and fear may have held them back, there is now a genuine desire to step forward and offer an apology, not a shallow one, but one rooted in accountability, clarity, and love. They understand that healing begins with vulnerability, and they are now willing to open their heart, even if it means exposing the parts of themselves they once tried to hide. They've started to recognize the significance of what the two of you shared. This wasn't just a fleeting connection or a temporary chapter in their life. It was something meaningful, something rare, a bond that was, in many ways, divinely guided. The universe brought you together for a reason, and deep down, they know they've mishandled the blessing that this relationship was. Looking back, they can now see how they sabotaged it, not just through arguments or disagreements, but by battling their own emotions and pushing away the one person who truly cared. Instead of embracing the love offered to them, they resisted it, and in doing so, they hurt both you and themselves. As they reflect on the past, memories flood their mind, the laughter, the late-night conversations, the vulnerable moments, the shared dreams, and even the difficult times. Every memory, whether joyful or painful, feels vivid and alive within them now. These recollections bring not only a sense of nostalgia but also deep regret. They miss your presence terribly, the comfort of your company, the calmness in your voice, the way you made them feel seen and accepted. They've come to understand that your warmth wasn't just a luxury in their life, it was a necessity, something they never should have taken for granted. What they once tried to suppress, feelings of attachment, protectiveness, and even a bit of possessiveness, has now grown stronger. They've tried to hide it, not wanting others to see the depth of their emotions, but the truth is they've been silently obsessed with you. It's not an unhealthy kind of obsession, but rather an intense longing mixed with the fear of having lost something irreplaceable. They didn't know how to handle the depth of their emotions, so they pushed you away instead of drawing you closer. But now, they no longer want to hide or pretend. They want to be real, with themselves and with you. Your partner is ready to speak to you in person, face to face, and tell you everything they've kept inside. They want you to know that their distorted energy, the mixed signals, the hot and cold behavior, the impulsive decisions, wasn't just confusing and painful for you. It tore them apart too. They see now how their immaturity and avoidance created a storm in what could have been a peaceful, nurturing relationship. They want you to understand that it wasn't a lack of love that caused the distance, but rather their inability at the time to manage and express the love they felt. They were afraid of being vulnerable, of getting hurt, of not being enough, but that fear no longer controls them. What they seek now is not just reconciliation, but peace. They want to end the emotional turmoil that has been sitting between you both for far too long. They're no longer looking for excuses or ways to justify what happened. Instead, they're embracing accountability. They know that healing this relationship won't be easy, and it won't happen overnight. But they're ready to take that first step, to talk, to listen, to understand, and to show you through consistent actions that they've changed. They are stepping into this moment with sincerity and humility. They've found the courage they once lacked, and that courage is guiding them toward you. No longer do they fear rejection or confrontation. They understand now that gentle, honest communication is the only way forward. They want to create a safe space where both of you can express yourselves freely, without judgment or defensiveness. More than anything, they want to rebuild what was lost, not by returning to the past, but by starting anew with deeper understanding and mutual respect. They're not promising perfection, but they are offering effort, emotional maturity, and a willingness to grow with you, not apart from you. In the end, their heart is calling out for reconnection. They believe there is still something beautiful here, something worth fighting for. And they are finally ready to show up, not just in words, but in presence, in truth, and in love.